Hello, I look at the top news in relation to my predictive drawings. This is my second video about Patrick Muldoon. Some additional facts around his death has been revealed. His sister has uploaded a video of him at an art gallery the day before his death. You see, the theme of art is present. And what do I hold here? I mean, it's some sort of art that I have. That I have here on the video, okay? So, but not only that, there are many connections here that I will reveal in this video about him and this around this, what he did the day before, what it has to do actually with this drawing, and what it has to do with Christ and all of that, because this is a drawing that I did of the I did it on the midnight of April 5th, 6th, I believe, and that correlates with the date of the resurrection, which is out of a cave. So you can see the Colosseum as a cave-like structure here with an opening here that I did. Okay. So there are already a few connections going like that. So like perfect. So what I'm going to do now is to show you the video where he talks and shows himself the day before his death. He's at the art gallery and he is looking at art of Christ. And I will talk about this drawing also. Just wait a moment, that he's focusing on the specific drawing of Christ, and it will, I'll show it to you. It connects perfectly. So just let's hear what he has to say, okay?
(1622), Ignatius of Loyola. Loyola. I think that's what he was thinking in the picture, actually. I'm at the opening of the new LACMA, and what do I see? It's a beautiful painting. 1622, Ignatius of Loyola.
So what this means is that first of all, let's look into this painting here. Who did it, and so on. And when you read about that, you will see that. Oh, did I close that down? So he had a vision from a cave, okay? He was inside of a cave and had a vision, I think. Yeah, here you see. So Saint Ignatius, who made this drawing, he was in a cave when he had the vision. And he had a vision of Christ appearing to him. And what did Christ start talking about? He started talking about Rome, okay? Okay. What is Rome famous for? Well, it's the Colosseum again, okay? So this painting here that I had this is the second. So there are two.
LACMA.
This painting here Yeah, mentions down here. I will be favorable to you in Rome, okay? This is Rome that I have in here in my drawing. I have the Colosseum that is sort of a representation of Rome, you could say. But also, in addition, this drawing was made at the midnight of resurrection, according to like some kind of, as it seems to be, okay? And it depicts the cave, you could say, but it's also the Colosseum where the Pope 3 days prior had this historic Pope Leo. I mean, Pope Leo had this historic um, walk around the Colosseum with the cross, the furthest in 3 decades or something. It was also historic, so all of this connects in a beautiful way. Okay, so in other words, in other words, the connections to Patrick Muldoon are deeper. They are more detailed, more nuanced. Okay, there is more nuance. There's more color to this. There is more. There are more things appearing. Okay, I mean, it's a big deal. He mentions Christ drawing the day before his death, and this. Uh, Wait a moment, okay. He, Ignatius of Loyola, he also he seems to have been much in a cave, or it's mentioned in his Wikipedia article. The cave of Saint Ignatius, a sanctuary built where Saint Ignatius of Loyola reflected for 11 months in a grotto in Mangres. Again, the connection to the cave. And Saint Ignatius of Loyola had his vision in a cave mentioning Rome, mentioning Rome. You see? Okay, so this is my second video about uh, Patrick Muldoon. I'll just give a quick summary. My first video was where did I have that? My first video was about me talking about him starting his career at the Colosseum, where they just had the CinemaCon 2026, and yeah, but we now see it, in addition, continue more nuanced with Patrick Muldoon being at an art gallery. Oh, I torn the page a bit here. Oh, that's weird. At an art gallery, okay. Well, looking at a painting of Christ from someone having a vision in a cave where Christ talks about Rome, and my drawing being Rome. You see, it all feeds into itself, you know. It all connects. It could have ended with it could have only been the fact that he was at an art gallery, okay? We could have stopped there. Could have stopped there. But it goes further. It is about Christ, right? And Christ mentions Rome. Okay. This is what I wanted to say. I will link to some articles that mentions this. I don't know why Patrick Muldoon. Did I close these articles? Yeah, heart attack. He had a heart attack, right? All right. So this is I mean, there are many articles about Patrick Muldoon being at the art gallery before his death. It's a direct. It goes hand in hand with my drawings, with my focus on him, my talk about him. It all connects. It all makes sense. Um, it's cool. So, so to me, when I see Patrick Muldoon here, he's like, he's showing to me that he's alive. Meanwhile, most of my listeners here show that they are dead, okay? Because they don't, like, you don't comment, you don't share, you don't act or behave like a living being seeing things. What I show you here is extraordinary, okay? What I do is that I'm not decoding the future. No, I'm making a painting of the future, and then I'm showing you that here it is. Here's the future. That's what I'm doing. What you need to do is you have to be able to realize that that's what I'm doing, and that it's a you know there is there's no equal to this. There's no equal in what I'm doing. And that's just how it is. It's just how it happens to be. And um, Patrick, as I said, Patrick Muldoon shows that he's a living, uh, infinite being, Meg, or what do I mean? He's showing that he has a soul. When I see this, I see the pattern around it. It's a soulfulness. It's almost like a play around his own death. It's like he's preparing to die, basically, in this art gallery. The interconnectivity to my drawing also. It means that he, is real, and he's someone that um, is supposedly no longer here, right? But what do I see around me? I see around me a bunch of dead people, okay? That's what I see, not him, okay? He shows that he has some kind of living thing inside of him, okay? Meanwhile, you guys listening to my videos don't comment, you don't show that this is, you don't get it, that this is beyond So beyond anything, okay? I can consciously do this. I can consciously make a drawing and then it will connect to the top news later, okay? That's what I do. I show evidence of that. I show you the thematic theme, the thematic connections, the way that I make a drawing, he has a drawing, he follows the same theme, I make a drawing of resurrection, having to do with, I mean, it is the Colosseum, but it's also where Pope Leo made this historic walk with a cross, and he is responding beyond his grave better than any one of you. Okay? So that's what I wanted to say. Um, this drawing made by Saint Ignatius of Loyola, right? And he had a vision of Christ in a cave. You know, in a cave. This is symbolic of the death, a cave, a resurrection, right? In a cave, he had the vision mentioning Rome, you see. Here, Christ is saying this, right? I will be propitious to you in Rome. Propitious to you in Rome, I mean. Oh, you see this? So Christ mentions Rome, okay? Yeah. I'm very used to be able to do this. It's something I can do almost whenever I want. Um, it's yeah. Mm, okay. I think I'm done with this video here. Patrick Muldoon is showing signs of life beyond his grave, you could say. Being very much present, having the ability to connect in this way. Better than any of the commenters, you know. Um, and as I told the administrators of YouTube here, you have to make up for the damage that you're causing me by having this censoring, and I will try to help you feel better about what you have done. Otherwise, I see your I don't see it looking good for you in the future naturally, right? And why do I say like that? Because big things have my favor. Big things um, connect to me. Okay? That's why I tell you that you better make up for what you're doing. You better compensate me. You better apologize, right? Okay, so as you can see, the news is making this beautiful, you could say. It's making this whole situation beautiful, and there is suddenly a story around his passing that is, holy in a sense. So that's it. I think I'll end this video now. I'll end by again showing him talk about, yeah. Bye bye, guys.
And what do I see? It's a beautiful painting. 1622, Ignatius of Loyola.